Hello everyone. On today's episode here we're going to do another kit build. Unfortunately this week I had some stuff happen that didn't allow me to record the video that I wanted to put out today. Some more of the 555 timer series, so hopefully that will be coming out next week. This one is one of the microphone kits with the lights that light up depending on the volume. It's a fairly simple kit by the looks of it. Circuit board has 5 LEDs, two 9014 transistors, the microphone, what looks like a 1 megohm resistor up here, 14.7k resistor here, 10k resistor there, and then two different sized capacitors, a 1 microfarad and a 47 microfarad. I see. So this is actually R1, which is a 4.7k resistor. R2 is a 1 megohm. R3 is a 10k. It's confusing because I thought that said it was a 14.7k, in which case it wouldn't have matched up with this little resistor, which is yellow, purple, red, which should be 4, 7, and then a multiplier of 2. So instead of the usual music playing during the video here, I thought I would tell you guys a story about when I worked at a computer electronics store here. It was an ordinary Saturday. Customers were lining up in the sales line. Sales reps were attending to them, helping them one after the next. The location of the store usually during the week had a more business clientele, whereas during the weekend it seemed to have some more interestingly dressed customers. On this particular Saturday, there was a man that came in with a fairly long coat, which wasn't unusual per se. So I had to run back to the warehouse to fetch a monitor for a customer I was helping, and while I was searching through the stack of monitors, one of the other sales reps kind of briskly walked past me, and shortly after I heard the bathroom door close quite loudly. Now I'd managed to find the monitor that I was looking for, so I just assumed that the other sales rep had had an urgent bathroom need or something, and continued on my way back to my till. While heading back to my till, I noticed there was quite a large grouping of staff members around the manager's computer, and as I walked past the manager's computer, I noticed they were all watching security footage. So of course this piqued my interest. I wondered if perhaps somebody had stolen something or something had happened while I was in the back. So I did ask what was going on, and the manager just said, "Finish helping your customer and come back once you're done." So I did. Apparently, in the time that I had been in the warehouse, the gentleman that had come in the long coat had chosen a computer mouse from the shelf, and he had lined up in the sales line. That's all ordinary, right? The sales rep in the front of the line noticed something strange about the customer, but before he had a chance to inform anyone, the customer had already gone up to a till to pay. So casually the rep from the front of the line there went and talked to the manager and said, "I think you should check the cameras. I think that man was just molesting the mouse he's buying." And lo and behold, it turned out the customer in the long coat had gone into the aisle where all of the computer mice and keyboards were kept. He had started to rub himself on the outside of the mouse box. Then he proceeded to move into the sales line and continue to rub himself on the mouse box. The sales rep at the front of the line had been given clear line of sight to the event, and that's why he decided to go and talk to the manager. It's not every day, after all, you see somebody exposing themselves in a sales line and rubbing themselves on a mouse. The sales rep that had walked briskly past me in the warehouse, it turned out, had been the lucky sales rep that got the gentleman in the long coat, and he had just been informed by the manager about what had happened to the mouse, and that he should probably go to the back and wash his hands, as the gentleman's dangly bits had been rubbed all over it, and that was the reason for his urgency in running to the back. The one thing I took away from this whole event was kind of that no matter how annoyed you are, there's no point in yelling at retail sales reps, because you never know what kind of crazy stuff they've had to deal with, for instance like a dick mouse. So yeah, that was pretty much the most terrible and interesting thing that happened while I was working at that computer electronics store. Just goes to show there's all kinds of people in the world. Okay. So now that it's built, let's turn it on here and see how it works. Or if it works, for that matter. So it needs quite a loud noise to actually make it work. Some of these flashes are so fast that the camera's not even detecting them. You can see as long as there's a noise, it works. So it's an interesting kit. I think it would be more interesting if the microphone was external so that I could hold it up to a noise source without having to get right up next to it. Yeah, it doesn't work very well with voice, but it's interesting. I have the info page up here and you can check it out. Just search for the title terms. I hope you enjoyed this kit build. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.